Even if, it's an easy fold, easy. Maybe I should bet out on the flop. Here's a break. I'll go on pause with the recording and I'll be back in 5 minutes. So we're back after the break. I have a really bad hand. 2 4s, an 8, a jack, 3 hearts. Very easy fold. I like to play many hands, but even early on in the tournament, if it would cost me 30 to call this, I would probably fold. It's a really bad hand. I don't know. It's my favorite game actually. PLO8 or Omaha High-Low as it's called. There's so many options and it's a good bluffing game. It's a calling game, I think. It's not so much pre-flop racing that rules, because so many times you get calls and you have to play the flops. You have to value the low card draws you have, the possibilities to win the high hand, and of course usually you aim to scoop the pots, which means winning high and low, or if there's no low handouts, it's needed three low cards, 8 and or lower is needed out there for anyone to be able to win low. So let's say there's 2 pair out there and a king. There's no low hand, and then the person with the best high hand wins the whole pot. Otherwise, high-low means, of course, that the person with the lowest 5-card hand, using 2 cards of your own from your hand, wins half the pot, and the best hand wins the other half. So we got Phil Fedra and Poker Hooper, the short stacks, just in front of me. 3, 5, 8, king, 3 hearts. Nope. Sorry for playing such a boring game at the moment, but I really didn't have any cards to play with. I had a decent hand just before the break with ace-3 and so on, but the race was too big by JC King, or GC King. We have Rex over there, 70,000, big lead. Okay, possible elimination. Phil Fedra goes all in. GC King, will he call? He calls. Ace-2, 3, 4. Wow, what a low hand. An ace-5, queen. If there's no low, there it is. So they split the pot. Ace-2, 3, 4 had a good low draw there. Ace-5, jack 7. I'll limp with that. Ace-5 suited. Limping. People know that if they raise pot, for example, and they don't have the super good hand, it's such an even game. So if someone limps and another person limps, it usually doesn't get raised. So then you get to see the flop. 2 pair, bottom 2 pair. I don't have a low draw. I'm not very fond of that flop actually. Just to prevent Rex from potting, I put on a mini bet, see if I just get a call instead of checking, get Rex to bet pot or half pot, and I'm out. Because I still have a 2 pair. Now, I don't know, I have a low draw, but I'm probably behind. I need to do 3, 6 or 8 to get a low. See if we can check this down. That would be nice, Rex. Or do you want to bet it and I'm gone? No, that's too big. I have a 2 pair, that sucks. So I'm beaten by so many hands. The bet I did was pretty bad actually, but you know, I can get a full house. I could get, I don't know. That was actually really bad. Alright, down to 18-6. Lost a few chips there. Queen, Jack, King, Ace. Sort of a nice hand. It is a nice hand actually, because if we get the high cards with the 10 there, I get a full cover for the Broadway, the highest straight. Also have Ace, Queen of diamonds. So give me a nice flop. That is a nice flop. I have the nut flush draw. There's 2 high cards, so I will go with this all the way. top pair. If anyone has a set, we'll play. I get a caller there. Diamonds, please. I have no low draw, so I'm not. That was not a great card. I check, see what Jonesy do. Hopefully checks. It's gonna be hard to call this if he pots it. 4-8, I have to call that. I don't have a low, so if a low comes, we probably split the pot. I could scoop the pot with a high diamond. 10. Also the nut card. Look at that. I didn't see my gut shot. Amazing. Of course, I had the Jack Queen, the 10 for the nut straight up there. Maybe I should bet it 4,000 to get the value in there. I don't know if Jonesy can call that. What did he go for? He called. Love it. Love it. Look at that. 35,000. That was nice. Nice little river 10 there. So I'm in a pretty good shape now, actually. I'm up to 4th in the chip count. We have Jonesy hanging on the ropes at 6,000. Sort of a mini race by Stuman called by GC King. This is not a great hand, but it's too cheap and the odds are too good. So 1470 to win a pot worth 8,600. And as you can see, I flop a set. I'm gonna play it like a set. It's different. It is real different in high-low. This is interesting. I have a set. I have the bottom set. There's no flushes out there. Maybe they're fighting over the low. But if someone has kings or fives, I'm smoked. Is this where I'm supposed to go out? I don't have a low draw. This is tricky. I guess I have to play it. GC King doesn't have kings because then he would raise. He could have fives. He could have a low draw. Stuman can have. He has 20,000. Let's call it. It's a very, 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 very bad card for me. Any ace deuce, and I'm out. That's the worst card in the deck. And usually they play the ace deuce, so of course that was bad. That was 8,000 up in the air. Of course they have ace deuce. And that's a lucky card for Stuman, who gets he quartered GC King. I should have folded that silly set. That was really bad for me. Did you see that he got the straight 4, 5, 6, 7, 8? I call this a 2 queens double suited hand, 7 deuce. That was a setback. That little calling that 8,000 then folding. Try to steal it, pretending I have 3-4. And poker who folds. That's a nice bluff. I had a pair of deuces. No, I had a pair of queens actually. Okay, coming back. I'm gonna come back. Trying to get over the tilt from that hand. I actually had decided to fold, and then I don't know. I found this call with fours. Let's go back and look at that. I was in pretty good shape with fours. Of course, they had the low draw, and if there's any other card, I could just call. If there were any other cards than 3, I would be pretty sure that they play the ace deuce. They had this. I'm sorry. They had the exact same hand, so they split the pot. Of course, both got the straight up to 8. Sick. They had the same hand. So any card but 3. Any card but 3 or 6. Bluffing again. Is anyone playing sneaky? I have an ace, but it's sort of a bluff. I have a terrible low draw with 5 8s. hoping they don't have the ace king calling with that, or anyone has 3-4. Yeah, that's good. I'll pick it up from position. Good. I'm back to almost 30,000. That's a bad hand. Jack 7 suited, 7-6 for low. I just fold it. Back to this interesting hand. I had deuce, 2 4s, so any card but 3 or 6, I'm way ahead. Let's say a queen or a jack or a 10 or a 9, any of those cards I would be so far in front. And if we could leave the 3 and 6 out on the river, they would not get the straight, and I would win half the pot. 8, 9, 10 jack. Limp. Jonesy here has 4,300 left. I can play a pot with him if he goes for it. It's sort of an interesting hand, even if I don't have a low draw. So if he goes for it, I have a pair of 10s. He doesn't have ace deuce because then he would have raised. I don't have a club draw. I don't have a low draw. Easy fold. So any card except 3 or 6, I would win half the pot, and they would split the other part. Because they would split the low hand. So, and I mean, any king 5-4 or 7, 8, 9, 10 jack or queen or even ace, I would still be ahead with a set of 4s. So the 3 was really unlucky. Okay. Let's have a look at the chip counts. No one is going out. We have 2 short stacks here. Now we have 2 pretty big guys going up against each other. Jonesy and Phil Federer 7,000. Poker Brown at 12,000. I'm back to 28.3. So we have Big E Rex. Then we have GC King here on second spot and Ingate. So big pot here, 21,000. 8,000 bet from and a check raise.